Like everybody knows that there's more. Hello, hello, hello. Let's check out how things are going. Make sure that we have sound everywhere that I want to have sound. We're also working on getting live here on TikTok. I'm having a little bit of fun with TikTok. I know that there's a lot of I at it from the standpoint of oh no, know that I'm a single white female with a cat whose claws can gut them like a fish. Like people talk about them having like info on me, and nobody has specifically said what that info is. Like, okay, do they know my email? Do they know my phone number? If I get prank calls, does that mean it's their fault? I don't know. So, yeah. I am not hearing myself. Let's see here. Trying to figure out what's going on. I know that I am most definitely not muted. I know that Huh. Testing. Oh, wait a minute. I got the wrong headset on. Holy cow. I got the wrong headset on, people. Oh, we are professionals here. But yeah, we have sound. Okay. It's interesting to try to figure out on the when you're trying to incorporate the TikTok here. It's really, really interesting. TikTok doesn't really like the fact that I'm trying to do a couple of things here at once. They don't really like it. Because I have to use their live studio thing, and then I'm also trying to use StreamYard. So I got two systems running here at the same time, all to try. It's kind of crazy. I think it doesn't like the amount of energy I'm having to use, I think is what the issue is. My computer probably isn't really powerful enough to do that. But it's all good. It's all good. Let's see here. I'm wanting to get my game set up here. Okay. So I think we're gonna get it figured out here. I think we're gonna get live on both. I'm gonna see how I sound here. All right, so I don't sound too bad on TikTok. Could be better. Okay. So let's get started with the game, shall we? I think I can turn myself down just a little bit. All right. Got it. Takes a little bit longer to set everything up because you gotta add the sources for both things when you're doing this. Oh, hi, Jules. Thank you. I'm glad that you think that I sound good. I am doing this on my PC because I downloaded their live, and so I'm kind of experimenting with things, and I'm getting the kind of the hang of doing some stuff. It's interesting because I don't normally go live on here. I'm normally just like on Rumble and sometimes YouTube. I don't really have on all that big of a following. I don't really get to stream like regularly. My job makes that kind of hard. Where's my game? I want to play the. Oh, there we go. We're gonna play this Enchanted Cave game. Well, Jewel, if you go to your web browser and you have a Dell computer and you have 1,000 followers, you can download if you're wanting to do it just for TikTok. Um, you can download their living thing because they only so then you can do it with an HP. But they they only allow you to do it like on an HP or a Dell computer. They don't allow me to do it with my Mac, which is a little bit annoying. Okay, I have to change my options here. I want windowed instead of full screen. Full screen is kind of sucking at the moment. Okay. Because I have too much crap to open. Okay. That's cool, Jules. Okay, so let's add the game here. Add source and TikTok. To the cave. Come on, there we go. Alright. So let's start killing things. I have not yet found the coveted wings. Maybe the wings are in here. Yay, there's the wings. So if it looks like I'm about to die, then I have the wings. I don't think I have any skill points that I can add. But we can go now on to the next level. Well, let's get this. In a little bit here, we're gonna take a brief break and talk about 8 passengers. As you know, Frank Ruby, or is it Frank? No, that's not the husband's name. It's his last name is Frank. He finally filed for divorce from his wife, and I think some people kind of question, well, why did it take so long to to file a divorce from his wife? And I have some theories on that. And we'll go a little bit into the history of why that probably is. It is a very demanding. The Mormon religion religion. It can be a very there's a word for it, and I'm probably getting the wrong word that Lawfordite Annie on Direct uses. That she used to be Mormon. She grew up in Utah, but it's kind of a high maintenance, high demanding, high performance religion. Um, and they expect a lot out of you, and the idea of just upping and getting a divorce was a big issue. And he was also the husband was also faced with just the idea that his wife was facing criminal charges. And so he had a lot to deal with up to when he finally got around to finding a lawyer to handle his divorce from his wife Ruby. And he very well may have had to deal with pushback from the Mormon Church. That is a very much a possibility. They had been separated for a while, and that has a lot to do um with this, her kind of her partner in this connections thing that they did. It it has to do with that. And basically the philosophy, and I guess this is something from kind of a philosophy within the Mormon church. If you are struggling with sin, then you are a, a threat to your family. And imagine being told that you love your wife, you love your kids, and you're being told that you can't be with them because you're a threat to them. So yeah, we got that going on, but we'll read an article about it here in a little bit, about how people are speaking out on the a passenger thing. That's better. We are so close to being able to level up. Hmm. Let's see here. That's not quite as strong, so we're not gonna do that. We're just gonna go ahead and go on to the next level here. Yay, we leveled up. I'm gonna do extra of that. Okay. And then we're gonna figure out our skill set here. What we want to do. Okay, that looks like that'll be fun. So, where is. Okay, there's the door. Or the stairs, rather. Oh no! I should have used. Crap. Ugh. Well, since we messed up that, let us go ahead and pull up the articles that I've been kind of looking at here a little bit. Getting kind of crazy. I gotta do several different things here because I'm using two different programs to live stream, and it's kind of funny. It's kind of funny. For sure, I'm gonna have some people start telling me like, "This is gay." Yeah, well, yeah, okay. I'm having a hard time getting windows to pop up here. So there we go. There we go. Okay. So let's look specifically at those who speak out connections. They'll help you explain a little bit of what is going on. I know I had seen it earlier. And the problem is I'm not looking at news. I'm only looking at videos. Okay, here we go. So this is going to explain a little bit about what I was saying about the whole therapy part about things. Woman charged alongside Ruby Fake broke confidentiality as a therapist. Patient says she destroyed my life. And keep in mind, the people that were being referred to her were recommended by the Mormon Church. Okay. Jody Hildebrand, the business partner of Ruby Fake, who faces child abuse charges alongside the YouTube vlogger, once had her therapist license suspended when she violated patients' confidentiality, triggering a series of events the man says destroyed his life. Adam Steed spoke exclusively with people about his interactions with Hildebrand while she was his therapist and marriage counselor beginning in 2008. Interactions that led to Hildebrand's suspension for Utah's Division of Occupational Professional Licensing in 2012 after Steed filed a complaint. During that time, Steed says Hildebrand disclosed confidential information about Steed to the Mormon Church and the Honor Code Office of Brigham Young University, which Steed says led to his removal from the school and to his banishment from church services. Documents viewed by people from DOPL, which refer to Steed as John Doe, says that Hildebrand admitted disclosing the confidential information with clergy members and with ministers at a university located in Utah. The BYU spokesman tells people that Steed was last enrolled in school in 2009. The spokesman said the university couldn't share information protected by the Family Educational Rights and Privacy Act. Oh, that's real. Well, we can't explain to you exactly what happened because it's all protected for us, but when he needed his information protected, it was like, sorry about your luck. Like, really? Really? That's the way we're gonna do this here? Okay. I mean, whatever. So yeah, that's really nice. The Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints did not respond to people's inquiries as of press time. Oh, of course they didn't. Of course they didn't. He's now breaking his silence on exclusive interview with people saying, "I'm ready to talk about this lady because the world's ready to see it." Yeah, it's these super sophisticated forms of manipulation that Jody did just destroyed my life in incredible ways. Adding that Hildebrand has a huge body count of exasperating people's problems. Hildebrand, he says, completely controls the relationships during counseling. Her doctrine is that she believes that relationships need to die before they can be reborn. And from everything that I've heard from people who have been out of the Mormon Church, they endorse this philosophy basically. So this right here talks about when they were arrested. Hildebrand operates the self-help fitness connections, which according to its website plans to help people overcome addictive or self-destructive behavior, whether it be ravenous addictions, feelings of worthlessness or inadequacy, conflicts in relationships, intimacy problems, and other problems. Last year, Praise Jordan Hildebrand and posting content to the Connections YouTube channel, which was taken down by the platform after the arrest of both women. Police claimed in a statement that officers arrived at Hildebrand's home in Ivins, Utah last week after a neighbor called to report a young boy had come to their house asking for food. The boy was emaciated and malnourished. What we really want to focus here, there's not really enough. There's not really enough about what this guy went through. So let's Google this a little bit more because there's more here than what this is saying. Okay. Okay, here's another one here. Yeah, here we go. While the two women who led Connections classrooms are in jail on charges of felony abuse, their Facebook and Instagram pages remain active. On them, hundreds of comments have accumulated from people saying the program caused harm to the couples who sought their counseling services. One former client said this is just the beginning. He believes a lot more clients will come forward with their stories of shame and isolation. Former Connections client is Trey Warner. He said Hildebrand would regularly use shaming tactics among clients looking for marital advice. He also said Hildebrand was an expert at making people believe they were dangerous to be around. Warner joined a support group at the recommendation of a friend trying to improve his marriage. However, after some attending, he said he grew more suspicious of what Hildebrand was teaching. It started to feel more and more evil, Warner said. I finally, at one of the group meetings, I got up and just said, "This is off. This is absolutely off." Warner claimed Hildebrand would use shaming tactics on her husbands and wives against each other, adding that she convinced men that impure thoughts made them dangerous to their families. According to Warner, there was a man that had suspicious that believed he was a danger to his wife and his family because he had a double take. Like if he saw a beautiful woman and he would see and look again, this guy got his own apartment and separated from his family because he was a danger. In some cases, Warner claimed husbands were separated from their families for so long they were considering suicide. They would feel so awful because they didn't follow through with what the goal was or didn't feel the boundaries. They felt so sick and like such a failure that they just felt like they shouldn't be here anymore, he said. The self-help videos on the Connection Classroom website have been removed by YouTube. The Division of Professional Licensees had opened a case against Hildebrand. Her license is active, however. Division Director Mark Senegal said they are allowed to revoke a therapist's license if they believe harm is imminent. Our harm would not just be physical harm, especially in mental health therapy. We would be looking at whether they are violating any of the statutes or ethics of the profession. However, Senegal says the investigation process can sometimes be a lengthy one. I wish that I could help each member of the public watch my team when they receive a complaint. 2 News has reached out to Hildebrand and Ruby's Frank's attorneys asking if they want to respond to these accusations. These requests were not initially answered. Now, if you have been following this at all, you actually know that Ruby and her husband the Frank couple had been separated for a while. And it was because of Hildebrand. Hildebrand had said that they needed to separate, and people would go along with that. They were usually referred to her by the Mormon Church, and somehow or another, her and Ruby ended up taking things a step farther, and they ended up becoming partners. And the philosophy that Hildebrand teaches is the whole reason that the Frank family had been separated for as long as they had, and why Frank was trying to say, he was trying to say that I don't really understand what's going on here, blah blah blah. I haven't been around, I haven't been in the picture. And yeah, you hadn't, because you had bought into this lie that you needed to separate from your family because you were a danger to them. And before all this happened, they were doing a lot of this vlogging. A lot of people were questioning and had issues with how these children were treated in the vlogging community. And it's kind of understandable. They would do things that would greatly embarrass their children. Her style of punishment was very aggressive, and potentially did more harm than good. Like if the child was being taught to try and make their own food for school, but if she got a call from the teachers like, well, she forgot her food, then Ruby would just be like, well, they gotta learn. And the kid's like 8 years old or something, and she expects the child to go all day without food. And denying food is kind of considered a big no-no. It's not really something considered that you should do to your kids. So let's see here. We've got some audio here. Let's listen to what this person has to say.
When all you want is comfort and entertainment, we got it all on the Next.
Amazing.
A brand
What I
new
think it
network
is.
filled with reality
But it might be an interview.
TV and series that you'll crave.
Well, we don't care about the commercial.
Also hearing from another former client who says this is just the beginning.
He believes a lot more former
Is just the beginning.
He believes a lot more former clients will come forward with their stories of both shame and isolation.
Yeah, Paul Nelson tells us more about this, Paul.
Well, I am also right outside the Division of Professional Licensing. We'll explain why in just a little bit. However, the former client that we spoke with, his name is Trey Warner, and he says that Jody Hildebrandt was really good at using shaming tactics to pit husband and wives against each other. And he also says that she was very good at convincing people. Comments coming into the connections classroom social media pages now are just the beginning, according to former client Trey Warner. He joined a support group at
Saying the same thing. Let's see if we can. I wonder if I would be able to find the website. I don't know. Might be able to. But yeah, that's the big thing that you kind of need to understand there. You kind of need to understand the psychological control and the manipulation that goes in when these people are involved in the church and just things of that nature. And it's important to understand too that it's been my understanding that she was recommended by the Mormon Church, and that's why people were there to get and were attending counseling because they were told, hey, you should do this. So I have been trying to cast my phone to this so that I can play some games, and it hasn't really been going very well. But there's this Harry Potter game I'd like to do, but it's on my phone. So and it seems to think that I'm not keeping my phone unlocked. I don't know if you can hear my cat. He is going on a running fit because he really wants to play. He's something else. Ooh, I think I got it working now. I think it's installing the driver like it's supposed to. Let's see. Maybe I'll be able to play one of the games on my phone. Woohoo! At least for TikTok, I don't know how it's gonna work. The other. I may have a little bit of challenge with sharing the game that way. I don't know. Driver installation failed. Why? I'm gonna try plugging it in someplace else and see what happens. I do know that if I use my my Mac, it works a lot better. So I don't know what the issue is with that. But for some reason it looks, but it's an iPhone, so that kind of makes sense. But I mean, at the same time, it gives me the option, so that's why I'm like, this is confusing. Ooh, ooh, ooh. I think I finally got it. Maybe. Because the driver was installed successfully. I think I gotta push trust on my phone. Okay. Alright. Yay! Woohoo! We are in business! Okay. Let's check out the Harry Potter game. And I do not think that there's a way for me to let you all on. Well, since I don't really have anybody watching me much on the other, I think I've done everything that I want to do on the other channel, so I'm going to go ahead and end those for now, and I'll just be on TikTok while I play this game. So to all of you on the YouTubes, etc., have a nice night. We're gonna have some fun here. Okay. Why is I don't know why it's attempting to self repair. I don't know what's going on. What's going on? I know I have to re-download stuff a lot, but that's okay. And I'm having a hard time ending my stream here. Come on.